ranking member of the subcommittee, Mr. Steil, for his opening statement. Mr. Steil?
Thank you very much, Chairman. I can report in the state of Wisconsin, we have a lot of pride because we have one of the highest voter participation rates in the country. But as we dive into this topic, federal law requires states to, quote, conduct a general program that makes a reasonable effort to remove from the official list any voters ineligible by reason of death or change of address. And so when President Clinton signed the National Voter Registration Act in 1993, he said, quote, every year from now on, we're going to have more registered voters and more people voting. We're going to make the system work, end quote. And the NVRA's purpose is to make it easier to register to vote and to ensure that states have accurate voter rolls to support voter confidence in federal elections. That's what the Democrat House, Senate, and Democratic President Bill Clinton thought then. Now Democrats suggest that this Democrat-led effort interferes with free and fair access to the ballots. Is this the same Democratic Party that supported the NVRA's reasonable safeguards in 1993? There's nothing that should be controversial about ensuring people who have died or moved away aren't registered at their old address. The state's refusal to comply with NVRA is expensive, it's wasteful, it creates voter confusion, and it weakens voter confidence in election results. If we want to actually increase voter participation, I believe we should be fighting for better run elections so people will hold confidence in the election results. If states live mail ballots to everyone on an outdated list, we might expect multiple ballots to arrive at incorrect addresses. Many of these problems wouldn't happen with proper list maintenance. Outdated voter rolls may lead to long lines for in-person voting. In 2020, LA County voters waited hours because voter check equipment was overwhelmed. Turns out LA County had over 1.5 million ineligible people on the voter rolls. A suit was filed by a nonpartisan watchdog that alleged LA County had 112% of adults citizens registered to vote. Under pressure, as you may know, California and LA County finally agreed to clean up their voter rolls in 2019. And unfortunately, then California Secretary of State, Alex Padilla, could not tell this committee last fall how many ineligible people, those who were deceased or those who moved out of the state, had been removed from California's unmaintained voter rolls. Not a lot of faith that California is in compliance with the NVRA. Pennsylvania recently was forced to comply with federal law and remove 21,000 deceased individuals. Michigan, their Secretary of State removed 177,000 ineligible, saying that Michigan was not engaged in sufficient comprehensive efforts to maintain its lists. In my home state of Wisconsin, there was a lawsuit recently on this issue of list maintenance. Wisconsin wasn't keeping its voter list up to date, and over 70,000 individuals are registered, even though by all indications they have moved. My state's attorney general, a witness we'll hear from today, filed a brief and presented oral arguments in court in support of keeping these individuals on Wisconsin voter rolls, even though they no longer lived where they were registered. And according to WEC, none of them voted in 2020, further indicating that these individuals moved. But across the board, not that these facts are stopping Democrats from trying to conflate the issue. Speaker Pelosi tweeted about the case and got a pants on fire rating from PolitiFact because she claimed 200,000 plus people, quote, would be prohibited from voting, end quote. Of course that's not true. Anyone who is moved may register to vote with a new address. And in Wisconsin, folks can even register to vote at the polls on election day. The point is this: our goal should always be to ensure every eligible voter can cast their vote and that each voter has confidence in the integrity of our election process and outcomes. The NVRA provides specific instructions for conducting list maintenance and voter fail-safes. No voter may be removed solely for failure to vote, no matter how long that's been. No comprehensive list maintenance may be conducted within 90 days of a federal election. And importantly, if a mistake is made, voters can still preserve their vote by casting a provisional ballot and addressing the issue with election officials. Inaccurate voter lists can significantly increase wait times for in-person voting, and have ineligible voters on the voter rolls weakens voter confidence that our elections are run fairly and are run accurately. I believe we should be working to ensure states comply with federal law Democrats passed in 1993 not making excuses. But across the board, I look forward to today's discussion and conversation. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I will yield back.